I thought I'd do an overview on this. This is our 130 horsepower, 700cc 3-cylinder mini bike, powered by a 1997 Yamaha Mountain Max 700. Yamaha redhead 3-cylinder, legendary for its reliability and its power output if there's some work done to it. Like here, has SLP pipes that have been cut and modified to vaguely fit in the frame. It has some flat slide Makunis that barely fit in there. The things I cannot confirm, but I was told when I bought the sled this engine came from, I was told that it was ported and that the heads have been shaved. Have not confirmed that. Should make right around the 130 horsepower mark with the pipes and the carbs. Porting and all that may push it a little over. Not going to nitpick here. It does have some aftermarket parts that came with the sled. A Hartman slider set here. The driver got a little beat, had a little bit of mishap. Still works okay, just looks like hell. Waiting for that to fly off. We do have everything 4 brakes. We actually use the caliper and brake caliper, or the caliper and brake rotor off of the snowmobile, and it's welded with a hub there. Hideous, I know, name of the game with this thing. But the big problem, master cylinder's blown out, so we have no brakes. There's no front brakes, none whatsoever. Now, to put 2 cables into one, because one has a dedicated oiler and the other one goes to the carburetor. Well, in order to do that, we took parts off of that sled there. I believe this was part of the brake system, and we modified to do a 2-into-1 there. So when you give it throttle, moves your throttle down there, and I don't know if you can see it, but it moves your oiler down there too. Our fuel tank situation, we did have a better one rigged up that cracked. This is what we got. That's part of the old mounts, just haven't cut them off. This needs to get addressed. It kind of works, but now, for this being cooled, uses a 1990 ZX 1000 radiator, I believe is what it was made out of. Let me go over to the side here. It's down on the driver. Here's the wheelie bar. This was made out of the control arms of that old Yamaha. And then that's some track idlers we had. They work, not going to say they'll work very long. It's worked so far. Here's our oil tank. That, we're really wanting to do something about that because it leaks and the pipe doesn't normally touch it and all that problems. On this side, this is where it gets real messy, more than it already was. The wiring, there's no kill switch on it just yet. We're hoping to get that fixed. We got a show to go to that we're hoping to have that all fixed. Got your coils and shit just dangling there. I'm sure that's real healthy for it. Pull start, obviously. Got your fuel pump there. Not that it probably needs it, but sled had it, so we kept it. And your oil line goes into there and feeds into the block right there. We had to completely redo the engine cradle of this. I don't know how much you can see there, but there's a whole skid plate and whatnot made for it, new bottom cradle. Haven't given us that many problems. One of our first runs, the jack shaft did bend. You can kind of see what holds the jack shaft in there. We had to reinforce it, and it hasn't given us any problems since. We've launched it full throttle and haven't had much of a problem. We need to raise the wheelie bar up because it's a little too low and takes traction off the rear. As it sits now, it'll do 400-foot burnouts. We let off because there was run out of road. It probably would do more. We've had it up to 99 miles an hour. We ran out of road. The front end came up at 100, or well, the front end was up at 100. Not very far off the ground, obviously, because of the wheelie bar. But when it came down, I got the death wobbles and had to slow down. Took me a country mile because, again, no brakes. You got your feet there. It's geared to go 217. I doubt if it hits it. I'm expecting like between 150 and 170, I'd say. It weighs 260 pounds. That's by itself, probably closer to 400 and some with a rider. But yeah, it's definitely spooky. Welded here, open triple tree, because that's real nice. Got your beautiful minty bicycle seat here. That just makes it wonderful. And for you guys asking, you don't really get burnt up here. Where you get burnt is here and here. The axle is also your pegs, and it will char your boots. We have to wear leather boots, and it still chars them. So, and then as you can see, I don't know how well you can tell, but it's definitely seen some spinning. But yeah, it's pretty neat. Just thought we'd start here. We had to let off, but here is the track, or the black strip that mini bike left. Continues. It was 389 feet we measured with the Milwaukee, and we're going still, and we're still going, and it goes all the way down there, and keep going. Still the tire's spinning. Still it's spinning. We probably could have done more, but we were going to fall into we were going to run into a ditch.
Ran out a straight road.
Yeah. You can really see it here, because we started over on this end. Still going. Still going. We're almost to the end. Getting there. Ooh, right about, say about there.